IBEW Local 702 is proud to support the Salukis, representing over 4,000 men and women. Primary goal of improving the quality of life for its working members. Proud to be Local 702. All right, let's get to our offensive big dog player of the game, Shaun Lester. Over 100 yards, 111 yards for you, Shaun. You always have a smile, man, but you got to have a really big smile down there on the field. Just
yes, sir. I do. You might can see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Take us through, Shaun, what the team was like at halftime and how big that touchdown was right before the break, because it seemed like, Shaun, that for most of that first half, really Austin Peay kind of had momentum and really most of the upper hand of the game in the first half.
Right, yes, sir, yes, sir. That was a big turning point, especially when they came out and turned the ball over and we go down the field and score. So, yes, sir, that was a big momentum shift at the end of the first half.
Shaun, you had 111 yards, better than a 6-yard per carry average. And, yeah, those are some pretty good numbers. But yes, the big run, the 46-yarder in the fourth quarter that helped you guys put the game away.
Right.
When you came around that left end and you saw what Clark did to that safety and freed you around that end, you had to be just all smiles.
Just smiles. You said it. I'm always smiling. When I seen that hole, I just start smiling.
And then it was just off to the races.
Yes,
and
sir,
I know you're disappointed you didn't get in, but you set the team up right there to clinch the game.
Yes, sir. That's what it's all about.
Shaun, what was really the key just for you in that second half? And, look, I understand there was a lot of frustration a week ago in terms of getting behind and not being able to really unleash you guys as running backs. But what was really the mentality of both you and Jalen Benefield, who had a good night?
Yes, sir. Just trusting our keys, running down their throat. It really wasn't nothing too crazy. Just trusting our keys, running down their throat, being consistent.
Yeah, having coached the running backs, I thought you did a tremendous job of just getting better this week at playing with the people in front of you. You had great patience. You know, just took your 3-yard runs when they were there, and then obviously fabulous job closing the ball game out, being patient.
Yes, thank you.
You know, you popped the one out there off the mid zone. But is that something that you feel like you just continue to get better?
Yes, sir. That was the biggest thing when I first came to college. They always wanted me to work on was my being patient in the backfield, and over time I've been still working on it. They tell me I need to slow down to this day. I'm like, I thought I was going slow, but I guess not. But
your motor got running a couple of times out there. I was like, hey, let's go.
It's funny, Shaun, because we noticed last week BYU's tailback was very patient, would wait and wait and wait, and then hit the gas. And that seemed to be how you played tonight. You let the play evolve, and then you hit the gas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's one of the biggest things I've just been trying to work on.
And your vision, too, that you hit the gaps when they were there, and then, like I said, you were patient and got what you could get out of some of those runs. But just a big night for you all around the horn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Shaun, take us through in the second half, too. We mentioned, what the environment was like at halftime. Look, you had some great field position in the second half and didn't get points.
Yes, sir.
Those are moments where those games can flip and get away from you. How did you guys, despite that frustration, still find a way to ultimately get points and work through that as a team in terms of adversity?
Yes, sir. There's always a next play mentality, next drive mentality. Can't really dwell on the penalties and stuff, even though those are drive killers. But as long as we don't dwell on it too long, just come back, attack the defense again. This next play, next drive mentality.
I noticed, too, several different of your teammates picked each other up, like, maybe a rough play, and, hey, it's okay. You got another snap.
Definitely.
Great mentality by you guys.
Yes, sir. It happens in football games. You're going to make mistakes. You can't play the whole game perfect. But as long as we're there for one each other, that's all that matters.
It also started getting a little chippy there, and you were one of the main characters in that chippiness, but you maintained the composure, and that is such a huge thing.
Yes, sir. I was just telling them good luck on the season.
That's I'll bet you were. Where are you going for dinner? Yeah, we know all that.
Yes, sir.
But seriously, when a game gets chippy like that, and you were one of the guys who I'm not going to say you were instigating or anything, but you were in the middle of it. How do you refocus, and is it all next play mentality?
Yep, my O-lineman. Sometimes I get a little carried away. I do. But my O-lineman, come on, Sadie, what you doing? Get back. My fault. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, when you're a competitor, it's tough to walk away sometimes.
It's
but
hard.
Man, you
it's
got to
hard.
do
It's
it,
hard,
dude.
but
You got
I
to
try
do
my
it.
best. I try my best.
Shaun, we'll get you out here on this note because you reminded us we were in a break. The last time we had you on for our post game was when it was you and Ben Bogle at Western Illinois. So, but in all reality, that end of the game, I mean, Coach Poor's been around football a long time, and he told us, I don't know if I've ever seen a game end the way it did, with basically sack, sack, sack. Just the emotion of the end of that game. What was it for you to just see the defense, to see Ben and specifically just, I mean, they were the hammer, and the hammer met the nail. And, I mean, they absolutely put the end to that one tonight.
I'm probably more happier for Ben Bogle than he is for himself right now. As we both came in, we was freshmen. We always went head-to-head every day to this day, and it's just good seeing my boy go out there and ball.
Shaun, congratulations. Thanks so much for the time. You can pass that headset off the Ben, okay?
Yes, sir. Here we go.
Nice work.
Once again, that was Shaun Lester. He is our Big Dog Offensive Player of the Game, which is presented by the Big Dog Leadership Society, which represents the unstoppable force of Saluki Nation. We have big dreams, and now we are making them our reality. For more information on how to be part of the Big Dog Leadership Society, contact Todd Reeser at 404-831-5886. And our Big Dog Defensive Player of the Game, we can contact him right now because it's Ben Bogle. Ben, congratulations. Outstanding ending to this game. But it was a game that had a lot of adversity for you guys defensively, Ben. Just how big was it to end the game the way you guys did with so much energy and passion on that side of the ball?
You know, we didn't want to leave any chance or anything like that, or give any opportunity for the game to get out of our hands. So we were, you know, as hard as we could, just go, go, go.
Benbo, man, so proud of you. I was down there on the sideline watching, and I was thinking about your first year when I used to have to go there and scream at you to slow your tempo down. Hey, we're in walkthrough. Don't be hitting our guys in the face. And, man, you had the switch flipped tonight. Now, it was impressive. I told these guys I'd never seen a drive in like that from a defensive standpoint where it was just sack, 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 sack. Just a tremendous job. Great effort by you.
Thank you. You know, I couldn't have done it without any of my teammates. You know, the guys setting me up perfectly, my defensive line, fellow linebackers, everybody, safeties, cornerbacks, everybody in coverage, just, you know, making it happen.
Hey, Ben, Mike Trude, at halftime, you guys did grab the lead going into halftime, but it still didn't feel like the game was yours in the bag yet. What kind of adjustments did you guys make at halftime? Because they were moving the ball pretty well in that first half, but they really struggled in the second half to sustain drives the way they did in the first half.
So the message at halftime was we all need to be on the same page, and we wanted to make them one-dimensional, just stop the run, make them pass, and get after the quarterback. So, yeah, halftime it was just we all need to be on the same page, keep the energy up, and not let anything, you know, just play our game, play downhill, get off blocks. And make plays.
What did their tempo do to you defensively in the first half?
It threw us off a little bit, but we were prepared for it. There was just a couple hiccups and a couple of misassignments, but we figured it out at halftime, and I felt like we did a pretty good job at correcting it in the second half.
One of the areas, Ben, that Coach Poor even really spotted at early in the second half was potentially that you guys were really changing your angles in terms of how you were attacking Smith, their quarterback, and really taking in terms of your pathway into the backfield. How did that really kind of come into what you guys were talking about at halftime in terms of the adjustments that you made from half number one to half number two?
Well, we really wanted to get the quarterback out of the pocket and flush him out, and so our defensive line did a really, really good job at that, and so it made my job a lot easier and allowed me to play a lot more faster. So credit to them, and yeah, it was awesome, really.
Ben, did you adjust a little bit, especially late in the game, on your blitzes, as far as getting a half a man, picking a side? You seemed a lot more productive in getting to the quarterback. Obviously, a lot of that was your effort, but just interested to see if you felt like you just did a better job on your blitzes of taking a half a man and picking a side and beating people.
So that's a credit to Coach James, to be honest with you. You know, we sent a lot of blitzes out, but we mixed it up a lot, running a lot of games up front, a lot of stunts with the D-line, and, keeping them on their toes, and they really didn't have a response to it. So, the stunts and what the games that the D-line was running, it was a big help for me.
Kind of go into those young guys up front, especially a guy like Jamon Mathis, you, of course, Chris Presto, who's right there with you. And you go through this game, Ben, tonight, and you lose Colin early. You're without Jameer going into the game. You guys were down. Dewey goes out early in this game. I mean, multiple guys who are key, not just, other guys now. Those are captains. Those are really major leaders for you guys. What's it say about your defense, Ben, to really still not just, I think, play to that expectation level, but really surpass it, especially there in the fourth quarter?
I feel like we have a lot of depth all around our team, especially defense. Our defensive line, Jamon, Amir, everybody, Presto, who's a linebacker, they all stepped up, more than any of us can ask. Losing Colin and Dewey and Jameer, those are really, really good athletes that we have, and it was tough to lose them, but we still have a game to win. So, and the backup guys and everybody who was ready to go, we're all ready to go and all ready to be the next guy. So, that was kind of our mentality, just next man up, let's go. We've been here, we've done it, we've experienced it. Let's go make a play.
And the best part, Ben Bogle, is you didn't drop the IFB this time when we talked to you. Last time it was dropped, and you had to figure a way out, but you ended up fixing it, mid-interview, which you also became the first player to be able to do that on your own. So, that just shows the improvement. Ben, it's been so much fun to just see the improvement that you made. You were a key player a year ago. You're a huge piece of this thing this year. Congratulations, man, on a great night. I know you guys are not satisfied. A lot more games to come and a lot more important games to come. Thanks so much, Ben.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Benbo.
Great
Thank
job,
you.
Ben.
That was Ben Bogle. Join us from the field. He was our Big Dog Defensive Player of the Game, which, again, is presented by the Big Dog Leadership Society. For more information on how to be part of the Big Dog Leadership Society, contact Todd Reeser at 404-831-5886.